In this video, I want to talk about the relationship between nature and technology, and how our own relationship between nature and technology affects us on every single level. So first of all, we need to kind of realize that we are the true technology. We are the true technology because we give birth to all the various external technologies outside of us. It is only humans that have given birth to any form of technology on this planet. So that's the first thing. But humans come from nature. So in a way, technology is a product of nature anyway, because we create technology. And we create technology for various reasons to improve our lives. We create technology for making things a lot more easier. But there's also other reasons why we create technology. And with the age that we're going into right now, the age of Aquarius, is really the age of technology in the sense that the paradigm of the age of Aquarius is going to be a lot centered around technology in general. And there's a danger to this. There's the fact that there's the AI agenda, the artificial intelligence, which is really not the technology itself, but is a parasitical force that wants to infect the technology and take it over and claim it as theirs, and take it away from us, if that makes sense. And you see a lot of these technological advancements, like what they've been doing, I think, at this company in America called Boston Dynamics. They've been working on this like highly advanced robotronics and stuff like that. And they've come up with a robot that is basically, well, it's basically the thing out of Terminator almost. And I think that could be quite dangerous, because if the AI system overrides that, then it has a mind of its own. Well, not a mind of its own because it's the AI controlling it. But then it can use that to basically start a war between humans and machines, which could be a potential future. It's not a future I particularly want to go down, but I have looked at certain timelines in the future, and one of them I saw myself going to war with machines, and it wasn't a very pleasant look at the future, to say. But this is what I'm talking about. This whole how do we deal with technology? How are we going to incorporate it into our lives in a way that basically won't damage us in such a sense? And we got to realise that we are the true technology in the sense that we are in a very advanced form, which is the human body, which is probably the most highly advanced like model that has ever been created by nature, because it has the power of co-creation. We've co-created external technologies now that can, you know, basically do a lot of things. And what I'm doing right now, filming this is a form of me using a form of technology. But what really technology actually represents is the technology is a product of the Aesir, gods, or the Aesir, which we are partly Aesir, but we're also partly Vanir as well. And the Aesir more work with technology, while the Vanir more work with nature. And these were the two kind of. This is why they're warring with each other at the moment, because one wants to see a future where we just go back to nature, which is the Vanir, and we kind of disregard technology, and the Aesir wants to go to a world where we start building a high technological utopia, strong, hierarchies and stuff, whereas the Van Eyre want to go back to a world of nature, what has, communities. So there's that war being played out on us at the moment, and it's up to us to decide which timelines we want to go down at the moment, because we could end up in some, very positive outlooks or very negative outlooks to what's coming. And with the technology, what's advancing right now, is it going to get to a point where we kind of think like this is enough, and we kind of look to something else instead of advancing technology? I don't think that's going to happen in such a way, because I think that this paradigm we're moving into, the age of Aquarius, is going to be like that whether we like it or not, and but we've got to make sure that the AI can't infect that paradigm in the same way it has in the past, with in the Piscean age, particularly with religion, because all the major world religions were infected by this AI back then. But now this AI is moving into the area of technology, and this is why AI is associated with technology at the moment, because that's the theme it's moving into. Because in the Piscean age, obviously the theme was more religious focused, and now it's more technological focused in the age of Aquarius. We've got to take this on board about this possibility of AI taking this other form, which it hasn't had done before, and realizing that we are the ones who created the technology. So why are we allowing a artificial, parasitic, intelligent force to come in and take it over? I mean, the technology belongs to us because we're the ones that created it, and we started off creating very primitive technologies at one time, which was just creating the spear or the lighting a fire or something like that, and then we moved up into creating what we have now, technology. And it's been a very much process, but the reason why this leap in technology has happened very recently in history is because of this moving into the age of Aquarius, where technology is going to play a significant role, whether we like it or not, like I've already said. And then there's the problem of technology could take over nature essentially and try to wipe out nature. And this is also a problem we have to look into. I mean, I don't think nature is ever going to go away, because it can't. If you try to wipe out all of nature, it's basically just going to wipe whatever tries to wipe it out, and it will wipe that out 10 times stronger, if you know what I'm saying here. Because you cannot override nature, because nature is the matrix force that keeps everything in place. And this insane idea that some people have that we're just going to completely escape from nature and we're going to live in virtual realities, well, that's also another problem we do have. I mean, there's this whole problem of people just going off into virtual reality and not engaging with real reality, because they find real reality so pointless, because mainly because we basically conditioned through systematic control that we've been taught that reality is boring when it actually isn't. So we basically go and try and put ourselves in these virtual realities, which take us away from what is real, and then we're not engaging with the actual matrix. We're just basically trying to escape from what we should be engaging in with, and that can lead to certain ramifications what are going to be very damaging to the human condition if we don't. And people think this is like a wonderful thing, like we're able to create virtual realities now, or we can just spend all our leisure time in. And why not spend your leisure time in actual reality doing stuff? And they're not upgrading on their own, self. They're not upgrading on their own body and stuff like that. You could be training your body out, getting that into good physical condition. Then you can actually do things more in actual real life. You can do things what you couldn't do before you started upgrading your own body, making yourself stronger, faster, have more stamina, more agilic, more intelligent, and so on. So you can actually engage better in the matrix and master it to a certain degree. And this is what people don't want to do because it's hard work, because it's more easier to go into a virtual reality, upgrade there, and do all the things in there than it is in this one. See, that's the whole point of it, really. It's like this whole, you can gain abilities in this reality as well, but we're not taught that. We're taught that we're meant to be just work units for a dying system that to be honest, we no longer need. And we don't need to fucking tear it all down. That's just, that's just a way that doesn't work. We need to walk away from it. We need to establish our own self. We need to think of ourselves higher. We need to think of ourselves better than what we're conditioned to think we are. Because we're the most powerful life form on this planet. What the fuck are we doing thinking that we're slaves? What the fuck are we doing on our knees? What the fuck are we doing just thinking we're nothing? What, because you fucking been taught that by other people? What, because you don't believe in yourself? Have some fucking goddamn respect for yourself. And start training yourself out. Start improving upon yourself. Start upgrading upon yourself. And essentially, you've got to think of yourself that you're more powerful than any of the gods and goddesses out there. Because you have them all within you. The Aesir and the Vanir are just expressions of who we are on a racial level. I mean, the Aesir and the Vanir were the first and second waves what came out of the first and second waves that came out of the Caucasus Mountains, who are called in anthropological terms the Indo-Europeans. Don't you get it? The gods and goddesses are just our ancestors. And before that, here in Europe, there was the Jotuns, the Alpha, the Duga. They were all here. They left this physical plane of Midgard and went to their own dimensional planes and dwell there now. When the Vanir and the Aesir came in. We are all those things into one entity. Here on Midgard. We're here to basically improve on ourselves. We're here to basically gain levels. You've got to see it like how in like a video game you upgrade in your level stats. You basically add things more to your inventory. You're constantly upgrading yourself. You're going up in higher levels, and everything you learn, everything you work towards, is you constantly upgrading, constantly improving, constantly gaining. And that's what makes us the true technology. All this external technology is just a projection we have manifested here on this plane. So this technology is a part of us in the same way nature is also within us. The technology is also within us. And it's the Aesir, basically, weaponry, I call it, to basically help us into creating whatever we need to create. But we've got to learn that the technology serves us. It does not serve the AI that wants to take it over and override it. We've got to basically say, fuck to that. Fuck to that. So I hope what I just said there resonates with you somewhat. On some level at least, and kind of reveal something to you, because we've got to make sure that we don't get into this trap, we don't get taken over by a technological dictatorship overseen by the AI parasite, which wants to just drag us down to another cycle of stagnation and regression. Is that what you fucking really want? Do you really want to have to be dictated to yet again? Or are we going to see an age where we can be free? Where we can have true freedom? Where we can evolve to a level we haven't allowed to evolve to for a very, very fucking long time? We could finally get out of this fucking mess. All these fucking reincarnation cycles we come in over and over and over again. Or we can evolve here, properly, on the Midgardian plane, and then ascend to higher dimensional planes of existence. That's all I've got to say for now. Till next time. Bye.